everyone, it's Danielle here. Today I want to talk about something I hear from so many professionals, feeling stuck in your career. Now when people hit this point, they usually think something's gone wrong. They tell me I feel stuck, I don't know what to do next, maybe I made a mistake. But here's the thing, feeling stuck is actually a really good sign. It doesn't feel good, of course, it's uncomfortable, it's messy, it's full of uncertainty, but being stuck is actually a signal. It means you're grappling with change. You're in what I call the messy middle. And that messy middle is where clarity starts to emerge. Here's what I've seen with clients. The angst of being stuck usually comes from not being able to clearly articulate what career growth means for you anymore. Maybe you're earlier in your career, opportunities landed in your lap, promotions were obvious, the path forward was clear, but suddenly it isn't. You don't want to keep climbing the ladder just for the sake of it. Stepping down doesn't feel right either because you built so much value. So you're left with this big question mark. What does growth look like for me now? When we peel it back, there are usually a few themes behind stuckness. 1, culture fit. Sometimes the issue isn't the role, it's the organization, leadership style, values, the pace, whether the organization invests in their people, all that matters. Switching cultures can completely change your experience. 2, boredom or stagnation. Maybe even if you did this same role somewhere else, you'd still feel bored. That's usually a signal you're craving a new kind of challenge. For one person, that might mean going deeper in a subject. For another, it might mean changing the arena, like moving from state level work to federal work or shifting industries. 3, nature of the work. I often see managers who are just done with people management. They want less task juggling and more strategic or subject matter driven work. That's a clue about which skills you want to lean into and which you want to use less. And finally, lifestyle and boundaries. Sometimes the job itself is fine, but it doesn't fit your life anymore. You want a different rhythm, better balance, stronger boundaries. That's not failure, it's clarity. So what do you do once you've started unpacking all of this? First, embrace it. Feeling stuck isn't great, but it's good. It's a good process. It means there's more to uncover. Think of it like peeling an onion. Every layer you uncover gets you closer to clarity. And then you want to look at 2 things. Number 1, your criteria. What matters to you most in culture, work, challenge, and lifestyle? And 2, strengths. Where do you thrive and where do you create the most impact? And let me pause on strengths for just a moment because this is so important. When people think about career growth, they often think, what am I weak at? What do I need to fix? But that's not the right question. The real question is, where do I thrive? Where do I feel alive? Where do I make my biggest impact? And here's the tricky part. Many people overlook their strengths because they feel so natural. You might not even recognize them as special, but they are. They're central to your story. You won't find this clarity in a job description. You'll find it in your experiences. Think about the projects where you felt energized, where people recognized your great work, where you thought, I knocked it out of the park. It doesn't have to be the whole job. Sometimes it's just one slice. And sometimes those strengths show up outside work in places where you naturally shine. Once you know your criteria, where you thrive, you're no longer stuck. You're building a roadmap. It won't give you all the answers overnight, but instead of staring at a blank wall of uncertainty, you'll start to see the outlines of your next chapter. So the next time you think, I'm stuck, don't panic. Pay attention. That stuck moment is an invitation. It's a signal that you're ready to redefine what career growth means for you. If this resonates, I'd love to hear your story in the comments. And if you're ready to do this kind of strengths-based work, check out my coaching resources in the description.